In this video, we will be setting up Digi Extend wireless radios to create a long-range wireless link between the PC with Linkconn100 and the iGrow800 controller. You see, occasionally circumstances such as roads, rivers, obstructions, remote areas can hinder a landline connection, and a more practical way would be a wireless RF signal. Now, to do this, you would need a clear line of sight from PC to the greenhouse with the controller. You would also need Linkconn100 installed on your PC, as well as the XCTU software, a Nest communication module mounted on the iGrow800 controller, and the Digi Extend wireless radio package, the RS-485 version. So the first thing we want to do is we want to take our radios and we want to assemble the antennas to the radios, and at the same time as well we want to be able to set our dip switching. And for this demonstration we will set our dip switches up as follows. We're going to have the number 5 dip switch on, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6 dip switches on the off position. Note, when powering these radios, it's highly recommended not to leave them within 10 feet of each other. Now, once your radios have been assembled and dip switching set, we want to go ahead and attach one end of the DB9 serial link to the radio and the other end to the RS-485 USB to serial converter. And then plug the USB serial converter into the port and install drivers for this converter to where you can identify that this particular port for this converter is COM9. Once that's done, it's time to power up the radio. After that, open your ECTU software and click on the Radio Discover button. And then we want to go ahead and make sure COM9 is checked, because that's the COM port for our USB to serial converter. We want to go ahead and leave the default port parameters at 9600 baud rate, data bits at 8, parity none, stop bits 1, flow control none, and then hit finish. And as you can see, the radio has been discovered by the software, and then simply click on Add Selected Devices. And our radio is in the software. What you want to do next is simply unplug the radio from the DB9 cable and set the radio over here by the controller. We want to do the same process for radio 2. Connect the DB9 to the radio, and we want to go ahead and discover this radio using the same parameters. And this radio has been discovered as well, and just simply add the selected device. And is already another radio module. Hit yes. Now, before we detach this radio, you want to confirm that this radio is transmitting with this radio, okay? And one way to tell if the radio is transmitting with this radio is to simply click on the console working mode icon in the top right corner of the software. Then you want to click on Open Serial Connection with Remote Radio, and then you simply want to type in data in the console log. Now this radio has 3 LEDs on the right side. A successful comlink is indicated when all 3 LEDs are lit. To test this, simply type data into the console log, which signifies data being transmitted to this remote radio, and as you can see, the remote radio is lit up, which confirms successful data being sent. Now once this has been achieved, we simply want to go ahead and land our second 2-wire pigtail to the communication module of the iGrow800 controller on the RS-485 terminal block, as you see right here on the A and B terminal points. And once you have landed your wires, simply plug your radio into this DB9 pigtail, and we'll go ahead and close our XCTU software, and we'll go ahead and open up our Linkconn software. Now with Linkconn open, we want to go ahead and hit the icon view, and by hitting the icon view, the software sees our radio wirelessly. If I was to open up this, it identifies the temperature, the relative humidity, and I'm going to also show that they're remotely communicating by simply turning on output number 1. And as you can see, output number 1 did in fact turn on. And that's our video on setting up Digi Extend wireless radios between Linkconn100 and the iGrow800 controller.